But we are going live, so hey everyone, welcome to eXtelevision. Welcome to the cast of Menace to Society versus Baby Punching Marathon. I'm Kip here with Brick, and we are ready to go on the first point. Baby Punching Marathon is defending first with MTS attacking first. So let's take a look at this setup and see if we understand or see if anything new is going on. Right now, the meta game for Badwater is pretty well established, wouldn't you say?
Yes, it looks like right now they're actually just taking the very customary setup with the sentry gun there on the ridge, the dispenser kind of far back, and then the teleporter near the ammo pack. Although he did destroy the ammo or the teleporter there, so might lose out some metal, but that shouldn't be much of an issue. For the most part, the engineer is just kind of there to have the sentry gun up and hopefully pop an Uber or deny jumpers. It's not really there to actually get kills or anything.
And he is running that Eureka effect, so you can bet that as soon as he sees that Uber comes, or as soon as that sentry gun goes down, he is going to be out of there and setting up on the roof. So we're going to see if we have anything interesting coming out of Sovereign. That is
something to also look out for. Because of the Halloween events, the Eureka effect does have quite the... It's not really a bug, but when you push the M2 button, you do a taunt technically. So instead of actually going to spawn, he might do the Thriller dance.
Oh no.
There is a 60% chance of that happening.
Oh, but here comes the pop. A nice force by Mela. Pops the blue Uber way too fast on the cliff. They brought their medic out a little too early right there. Red is going to pop in retaliation and just blow that Uber off the cliff. So a really nice play right there from BPM to stop that blue Uber from doing anything. First push not working out so well right there for MTS, but they're continuing to push out. Medic still out in a kind of vulnerable position as he is being targeted down right there. And oh, H goes down by some stickies. I'm just going to call people as they are labeled, and that was disappointed right there.
Ooh,
oh!
Sniper pick.
Saw that right there. Marissa getting a nice pick on the thrill, so both meds down. But that sentry gun is still up. No, Dave goes down. No, a headshot from Marissa again. Marissa just going uncontested right there in that nice sniper position. Taking down the sentry gun as well. So MTS pretty much has first, even though the cart is still a little bit ways off.
Definitely was interesting that they were able to get that off. Most teams just have their medics in spawn B, and they just had Heart Blue come out right away. They showed no fear.
Yeah, no fear, and they did get forced, but like you said, it worked out, and I think Marissa's headshot right there on Thrill was huge. Now, we're not going to see any setup on a roof here from Red. Actually, Dave Plus is trying to get something going here, but I think that's probably not the best idea. There's a lot of pressure coming from MTS. Oh, but the medic for MTS did go down right there, so no med to get those potential overheals to go to the roof to try to put pressure on the NG setup, which is level 1 right now.
Losing heals here is definitely big, especially not having that advantage. Because the sooner you get that Uber, it's pretty much when you want to get regrouped and push. And now they're going to be, 80% down on the advantage of Uber, so that they can get a really good defense here on second.
Yeah, like you said, about 70% Uber advantage right now going for BPM. They're just going to hold. Oh, actually, no, they're going to pop right there. I'm not sure. Was there a force?
There was a soldier on roof as well as the spy. So both Panic and Noko were in position to get a kill on Thrill. Thrill did a really good job of dodging the rockets there. Got thrown up in the air, but he kind of just rolled them really well. Noko tried to get the stab, but by then the Uber was already popped.
The tracker does go down to a mini sentry kill. Light off with a nicely placed mini sentry gets a 2K, and that cart does make it to the second point with a time of 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Rolling very nicely now. So MTS has got to be happy with the progress so far.
They're definitely keeping a lot of people on that cart, and as you'll notice, a lot of teams will want to get their combo 1 point ahead of where the cart is. They already have a level 2 sentry gun up, and it forces their pop there as well.
Yeah, so in level 3, and Pretzel became disconnected from the Uber and gets a headshot by Meows. That is Mouse right there, so nice pick. That's going to stop any push right here from Blue. Without having that heavy, their medic had to fall back, obviously.
Another notable kill from him as well is that he was able to take down Marissa, looked like. And so that will give the heavy and the demo peeking distance for a little bit.
You can see, though, Panic has a nice little line to that sentry gun, and he could just sit there and spam it all day long until he gets contested. He's actually going to come up and try to get into the house, but taking a lot of spam and damage will have to get back. Now, this is one of the points where I should have called this pregame, but one of my big predictions going into this match was what we're going to have a 10-minute defense of this third point, because it always seems to be that way with top teams. Do you ever notice?
This is definitely a really good map to watch whenever there's two really good teams playing against each other that have the skill classes in the same position. It's just a back and forth of watching Ubers, and that's pretty much just what we're seeing right now. Even though like that 229 for 2 points is a pretty fast cap, it's normally the first two caps that get capped and pushed really fast, and then things really slow down by the fourth point.
Melee right there, right by the ramp, got a nice pick on the Harblu, taking him down right there. But Thrill lost in the process. Squid following up to get that medic kill. So both Ubers exchanged, both medics dropped. We'll see if Dave decides to rebuild here. It looks like he wants to. He's got that level 3 dispenser, so no reason not to. There was a lack of dispenser pick, if you will.
Yeah, those dispenser picks, they are everything.
10th man on the field. So we are seeing this kind of this stalemate action here at third. With both Ubers. Oh, Thrill is going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage right now, so have to... Oh, it goes down to a headshot! So Marissa with another huge headshot.
She's definitely going very big for MTS right now, and the issue though is like even if you get the med, you need to be able to follow through on that.
Yeah,
well, Dave does get the Eureka effect off there instead of doing the Thriller time. Lucky him.
So he is out of there, but I really think he I don't know if he's running the Rescue Ranger, but his Sentry Gun went down awfully fast right there with no Uber pressure. The Uber is going to come in now, or at least they have that 100% MTS pushing forward. Probably will be able to take this without an Uber pop. They actually do pop because they're a bunch of stickies, and are going to Uber in the Scout, because why not?
Hey, TS made it really popular with Ruin, and now they're just trying to do the same thing with Squid.
Squid not able to do too much right there, but does he?
Just wasn't enough to follow through with them.
Yeah, so time of about 5.5 minutes on that third point. MTS has a lot of players forward though. These heavier classes trying to take the upper area. Some pressure on the cart right there. We'll see though if they can continue this up. Definitely, their heads are just waiting for a headshot right now in this area from Mouse. Even though he's been losing the battle, I think, with Marissa, he's actually on top of his team right now in points. He's actually going to push forward as the Uber comes off onto the cart, pressured right there, and Thrill and Zemelman are going to try to push forward, see if they can't get anything. They find the medic!
That was a nice sticky there.
Very nice, but they left the dispenser, so we'll see if that comes back to bite them in the butt.
Definitely will. Especially if it's a level 3. Sadly, I can't tell if their dispenser is a level 3 outside that's it's being built up, so it looks like there's just a level 1 there. Not losing too much there with missing that dispenser.
Speaking of NGs, looks like Dave just has a level 1 going underneath left overhang right here. We'll see if he can get it up. I shouldn't have made that joke, but anyway. So we are going to have this little kind of a delay right here as we wait for both these Ubers to go. What's something that either one of these teams can do to really break this little waiting game?
Something that I really noticed from watching Stabby's stream was that he would run Cloak and Dagger a lot on this last point when their team was attacking, and he would pretty much just wait to where he could get a good movement on that Sentry Gun. And so it's definitely one thing that I think MTS should probably try to take advantage of is have their spy in position to go for the Sentry or go for the Engineer, and then go in with their Uber and try to get a good pickup. So right now it looks like they had Noko go in for the Sentry there, and then the only person to follow up on it was Panic. Although she does actually get the Engineer to back off with the Sentry Gun completely, but sadly the Engineer still lived. I don't know where he went. Actually, he died.
No, Dave, went down right there. A big pick that kind of went unnoticed was Akuma with that backstab on Harblu. So no medics, no overheals obviously for that push in from Blue, even though they did succeed in taking down all of Dave's engineering setup. Didn't get a whole lot of room and are gonna have the Ubers about even right here.
Yeah, even though they only have like about a 20% advantage, it's not going to be much of an advantage. It looks like it's going to be about, 15. They're not going to be pushing right away, and even by the time they get their team in, especially when they're down 2 players right there, Scout or Soldier and Spy, they're just not going to be able to push until by the time they already have Uber.
Yeah, and I hate to keep harping on the sentry, but anyway, I won't. So here comes the push by Blue. MTS coming in here, Ubering, flashing between the Demo Man and a little bit of the Soldier. Oh, but in come from behind, it comes the red combo, popping that Uber, taking out Harblue, taking out Sovereign right there. Can they finish off Squid on the cart? He does go down, so nice pinching right there from BPM.
Definitely a big shout out to Tracker there with the flanking heavy plays with the Uber on him.
How did he get to that position, and why didn't MTS see him? Were you keeping track of that?
I wasn't keeping track of him, but the best way I could have seen was that he went up the stairs there and walked all the way across while they were kind of pushed over to where the small health and small ammo are, and just kind of basically waited for the Uber to be over with, and by the time it was, they jumped around the corner and just popped Uber, and there was absolutely nothing they could have done.
Beautiful. Takes a lot of team communication, but obviously work there, and it's a big risk taking that heavy man up the stairs and wasting all that time, but obviously reward paid off right there.
Patience is virtue.
It is. And sometimes it buys you another minute, which is about what we'll see right here. Oh, the Uber pop goes off for red, but they lose their heavy. Blue flashing around a lot. We'll see if they can't get enough. Oh, we have the Ubered Engie who picks up his sentry gun. Oh, but he goes down.
4 HP. That is some clutch work by Dave there.
His sentry went down, though, so I don't know if it's worth living if your sentry is down, but he's going to try to rebuild.
He does have the Jag, which is going to allow at least 1.2 seconds of building time, which, I mean, it doesn't sound a lot. You're like, oh, 1.2 seconds, but, I mean, that's 1.2 seconds that you could be saving doing something else, building a dispenser, you know, doing some damage to something. That 1 second can get you a kill.
Yeah, absolutely. With engineers on the caliber of Dave, they definitely know how to use every second to their advantage. So he is already at a level 2. And such an interesting position right there, but it's obviously used to discourage jumpers. Put some pressure on Sovereign right there, and then Mouse finishes him off with a headshot.
Noko had some heals there by Thrill, and then Thrill goes down to Panic.
Panic with a nice jump in there. So Harblue's going to have a bit of an Uber advantage, but only about 20% right now, so definitely has to keep an eye out for Akuma, who's definitely been showing to be a threat in this.
Yeah, she's definitely come back into Highlander and made it known that she's a top 3 spy. But
Akuma or
Noko?
Okay, yeah.
Akuma is definitely someone that you don't want to mess with either. He's a very distinguished spy. People knew him in Season 9. It definitely came out for BPM and was a really good player for them and made really good picks when they needed it. Definitely was one of the bigger reasons as to why they were able to get 2nd place. At least in summer season.
Panic again coming down, taking out Dave and his engineering stuff. Red right now just doesn't have any presence here for a defense, and MTS is just piling onto the cart. There is a little bit of respawns coming in, but Blam is not going to be able to do anything. Tracker gets finished off with a headshot, and Uber comes off on the cart, but doesn't matter. That's going to be a finish with 11 minutes and 57 seconds for MTS.
Definitely something to note here is that even 11 minutes and 57 seconds seems like a lot of time, in the higher divisions, it's really not. 11 minutes and 57 seconds, it runs down really quickly. And you'll notice that as you go down in lower divisions, you seem to find more 8-minute caps, 7-minute caps, 6-minute caps, and then the higher up you go, you see a lot more of the 10 plus, to even reach into 15 minutes.
But it's not standard across all payload maps, I've noticed, though, because Swiftwater, with higher level teams, you'll usually have faster times.
Mission begins in 30
Swiftwater is definitely one of those weird maps. A lot of teams just haven't really been able to figure it out. Plus the sniper lanes on Swiftwater tend to be more of an issue than, say, Badwater or even Upward, except for Upward 2nd going into 3rd. Where the sniper has so many positions he can sit to deny an entire team a push.
5, 4.
That's true, and we have seen some nice sniping going on. Let's see if we have anything interesting going in from our demo man. Doesn't look like the sticky jumper's out. I'm always disappointed when they don't run that. But Mercer taking down Mouse immediately. Oh, and actually we do have a jump coming in here from the demo man. Sentry gun is not near the standard position, actually a little further in here, so disappointed wasn't able to get any stickies over the edge to put damage down. So an interesting position.
Definitely something also to notice that even though Mouse is 2nd scoring for BPM and Marissa's was at one point bottom scoring for MTS, she had actually gotten a lot of good clutch plays for MTS with NG picks and sniper and medic picks, where Mouse typically has just been killing people whenever he sees them.
Yeah, definitely. One of those big factors that can separate a good sniper from an excellent sniper, and also tells you that points aren't everything. We're noticing that Light-Off is moving his sentry gun around a lot, which I love to see. A mobile level 3 sentry gun is the worst nightmare for the enemy team because you just don't know where it is. So when those Uber pushes come in, you spend half of it looking for where the sentry gun is. Now, we have yet to see that Uber push, and actually disappointed coming in from behind with the Uber, did manage to take down that sentry gun. Light-Off wasn't aware of his positioning right there. Red Uber is going to be popped onto the cart. Some nice stickies going down. Get to 2K. Noko coming in, finishing off Akuma right there. Thrill gets taken down by Squid, and it looks like only Disappointed is the only one left alive right there.
That was definitely an interesting push. They got everything off that they wanted to get off. They forced MTS to pop. They destroyed the sentry gun, but all the BPM died, and now, Light-Off had the time once again to build that level 3 sentry gun.
And that's a good call right there from Light-Off. He stayed up, his dispenser stayed up, so he was able to get that level 3 up. It's just a little joke that level 3 dispensers are the most important things in Highlander.
Surprisingly, though, because of that level 3, he was actually able to get that sentry gun, though.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
Those dispensers, they can do a lot for you.
Is a spy in behind, but Akuma goes down. Nice spy checking by Fathom. That's one thing I did notice in the pregame scrim against Ginyu, that Fathom, once he turned on his game about spy checking and really targeting down Stabby and keeping his medic protected, Stabby was having a really, really hard time getting to the medic. We do see both Ubers popped right now. Blue Uber forced way out of position right here. They are very far down the cliff and won't be able to do anything with this. In fact, a lot of spam coming in. Looks like Red Medic did get away alive. Blue Medic's gonna have to retreat as there's really nothing they can do with this. There's a spy still on the sentry gun, but again, some nice spy checking from Fathom will take out Akuma's threat.
That was really interesting seeing Heartblue be that aggressive when they still have all that up. I don't know if they were they forced there, or was he pretty much out of position, or did they just run into him and say we're gonna trade Ubers here?
I think it was the latter, that they just popped and forced the issue onto Blue.
It's definitely something you see a lot more in 5CP. If both teams have that Uber and there's really no picks, you will see a lot of teams push into a choke to force the other team to pop their Uber and kind of give their flank a chance to get the medic. Because teams, when they don't have Uber, they tend to be a little more loose.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Now we do have the map timer saying there's only 60 seconds left for that cap onto first, but there are 8 minutes and 15 seconds left for the entire map right there. So there is some time for BPM to get their rear in gear. The cart is actually pretty close to first right now. They could potentially bring in a scout or something. There's not a... Oh, there's a heavy there on the cart. So that could be a little difficult.
Was definitely hoping for some sneaky spy plays with the cart, but it's just rolling back way too fast. That sentry gun's being aware, and Akuma's going right for the gun. Oh, he's gonna get the NG, and he's gonna get the gun as well. He just got everybody for that.
Big plays with
He's
Spy.
getting the dispenser there for you. Look at
There
that.
we go. Dispenser down, move up, and it looks like that's exactly what BPM is doing. There's still a heavy on the cart. Pretzel did not retreat. He was able to get a kill out of that. And oh, in comes the red Uber!
Big Squid getting the Ubers as if he's ruined. Actually, that Uber did delay them quite a bit, and MTS might actually defend this first point.
Right, they will have that overtime as long as they have presence on the cart. They actually will be able to do this.
That's good.
Yeah,
I definitely want to see more pushing.
Yeah, they definitely need a lot more pressure on this cart right now. Just the scout. They definitely need the sniper. They need a ×3 the entire way right now just to keep up that momentum. They do have that ×3 already. BPM has control over the roof, so this should be a pretty fast second cap. Right now, it looked like Demo was trying to put down some spam to prevent anyone coming out of the spawn, but he goes down, so that's going to be significant pick right there. But it looks like Red in general, that is MTS, will fall back and won't be able to contest the second at all.
Definitely something to notice that they might have had a really good hold on first there and almost stopping BPM from winning or from losing this. But now, because they killed every single person from MTS, they're almost able to just walk right into third.
Big pick from Marissa, taking down a tracker, so no heavy in this push to try to get area, because like as you said, there is not a whole lot set up right there, but as long as red has players there, it's going to be a hard. We do have the blue Uber coming in, popped on the demo man, going to take out that level 1 sentry that Light Up had going on, take in some room, carve out some area, and that's going to be a cap of third, and they have 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to get that final cap.
It's really amazing just to notice how fast things can trickle down, and you have that domino effect, almost snowball effect, where just one player dying can cause your entire team to just get destroyed. And they had a really good hold in first, but because they all died, they had nothing to defend second or third. BPM was really able to just push in uncontested until Marissa got that big pick on tracker.
Yeah, they definitely put all their eggs in the one basket, and did not pan out for them. So we'll see how this defense on last will go for them. Already a level 2 up, but Akuma comes in, takes out Light Off, gets the sap down, and Pyro is not running that homewrecker, so no sentry gun. This could be a good chance to push. In fact, Hardblue already popped his Uber, so there's no Uber, and Blue can come in here uncontested. Can they get the frags though? That's going to be most important. Here comes that Uber, and disappointed with a big sticky and a big pill. Takes out Pretzel and Fathom. Only 5 up, 4 up for MTS right now. But the cart needs to be pushed. It's still in the ramp.
On top of that, Akuma also was able to get the medic pick on Hardblue with Bronze, putting a lot of pressure on him, keeping all of Hardblue's focus in front of him instead of behind him.
It's only 2 up, 3
and
up
BPM
right now.
Might actually win this.
BPM is absolutely going to win this.
What a comeback.
Oh, well, I may have spoke too soon.
Just jumps for that point there. They do not want any part of BPM getting a chance of winning this.
Oh man, but it's so close right now. BPM definitely has this this momentum. Oh, but it's real getting pressured down by Fathom right there, who just went guns a-blazing and took out an enemy medic, just no bars held. And that's going to save the cart for just a second. So I definitely spoke too soon. BPM looked really good right there, but those spawns came in.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah, the spawns came in for MTS, and they knew what to do to stop that cart. And that's just throw yourself on it and ask for the mercy of the TF2 gods.
And with 4 minutes left on the clock, you can really get 2 good pushes in on this, but BPM really is going to only want 1. 4 minutes is just going to trickle down way too fast. You're not going to have time to really put in a good effort for your last push, but they can definitely get an Uber here and get enough picks to where they can just kind of slide on through. Unless what it looks like right now is that they want to go in and they want to kill the medic before he even gets his Uber.
But the Uber actually was forced there. MTS medic took a roller to the face, so he decided to pop right there. We'll see if they are pushing in, trying to find out Thrill, but Thrill looks to be pretty well protected.
Yeah.
Oh no, Scout from behind!
On the medic.
Squid from behind. Oh, but Dave huge NG play. Huge NG play right there, protecting his medic, buying his team 100% Uber advantage, or about actually 50, because somehow Hardblue didn't go down after his Uber. But they will have this huge advantage. Tracker goes down to a headshot, so they can't push right now without that heavy, or they actually it's a crits. It's a crits.
That is definitely a really good idea. The only issue though is that you have to get that medic.
Thrill goes down to a headshot. And they were not able to get Hardblue, who's going to have an 100% Uber ready to go soon. He is taking some damage, but will be able to stay alive. And I don't know. What do you like the crits right there?
I did like the crits. The only issue is that when they went in, I don't think that they had a good idea of where their combo was set in. Because if you noticed, Pharaoh just kind of threw down a sticky just in the main spot of the area and wasn't really able to get any damage done to anybody. And by then, they had already called the crits, and Fathom was just right on top of them. Got a lot of them pushed back.
Looks like Thrill is back on that regular Uber gun. We'll be able to have one more Uber before time is up. Only about 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. And right now, MTS is ready and waiting for that last push. And actually, it looks like Light Off is on the mini sentry gun. Obviously went that route after the cart was so perilously close to being capped. Oh, nice bomb in here from Mela. Forces the Uber from Red. Thrill has his 100% Uber. Oh, and he has to pop too. Hardblue goes down to a backstab.
This is definitely going to be the last push here. If they're really going to win this game, it's going to be on this push. I mean, there's no level 3 to be running into. There's no medic, no Uber. really all you have here is the Spy and the Heavy that's going to make really big plays.
Pretzel
And
going down.
Yeah, Bronze made some good plays there, but just not enough players to contest on that cart.
Where is BPM? They need to get on this cart, but it looks like it's just the Spy and the Medic. Mela coming in and does get a 2K. He's coming in from behind. He needs to get on the cart, though. He's trying to go for the med. Harblue did come back up, and he's doing a great job of staying alive. He does get panicked, but he goes down.
Yeah, that black box, it can keep you alive in fights that you would have died.
And he bought a little bit more time for his team. Here come the reinforcements from BPM. They're pushing the cart. This may be it. There's only Lightoff alive, but 1AG can go huge. Can he do it? No, Lightoff goes down. Akuma takes him out, and that's going to be the win for BPM. Wow.
That was definitely unexpected from me.
That was fantastic. So, all right, so let's go through that last round there. So BPM almost losing it on the first point because they couldn't get that first point cap, but then rolling through third, then coming so close to capping last again. But then an outstanding defense by MTS stopped them in their tracks, and it looked like they weren't going to be able to do anything. And with that almost desperation crits play, it looked like they were just handing the round over. But one last amazing push, some really great plays by Mela to keep the pressure on and just keep distracting the red respawns. Really helped his team come back in, get the picks they needed to, and with a nice finish.
Yeah, definitely for BPM, their good players have been Mouse, who's just been picking off players that he's been able to see. He hasn't really gotten a lot of the big picks and the clutch moments like Marissa has been shown to be doing in this game, but the Mouse has definitely been the higher scorer player for BPM, been getting a lot of good counter-sniping on Marissa to allow his demo and his heavy to put some damage out there. But definitely props up to can't even talk right now. To Mala and as well as Akuma of getting some big damage as well as some big plays in.
Yeah, just a really surprising turn of events. Couple times there in that round. Taking a look at scores, does anything surprise you? I've got to admit, I did not anticipate seeing both engineers second scoring on their teams right here. I love to see it. I shouldn't be surprised, but I am. I just think these engies have been doing work that's more than just like teleporter points right here. And I think we definitely saw that.
Engineers definitely get a lot of points, especially on offense for the teleporter points and for pushing the cart. You get a lot of points as an engineer for pushing that cart. And you've seen both engineers just sticking on that cart and trying to get it capped.
But there's more than that. I mean, you saw Dave defending his medic.
And yeah, Dave made a lot of good plays with whenever everybody else was dead, he was around the medic and was stopping Squid in his tracks when he was on top of Thrill. But as well as not only that, but Ladoff keeping his sentry gun alive day in and day out. Even if it went down, he was always able to just rebuild it into a new spot and then move it back to where he wanted it.
Lightoff, I've noticed, has been using that Rescue Ranger much more to the best of its advantage, but we are going live here with the second half. So remember, BPM is up 1-0, and it's already been a really exciting game. So thank you for joining us. Once again, I'm Kip here with Brick. Eckstein is with us in spirit, there we go, and he offers his yows to you. But this is the last game of the regular season, don't forget. So a lot on the line here. You just want to finish the regular season with a bang, right? You don't want to filter out. You want momentum going into that playoff season.
Especially for BPM, a higher seed for them means that they get to play against a lower ranked team in the first round of the playoffs, which is something they're definitely going to want, because if they can win this game and DRS loses, that puts them in 4th place, which is going to be huge. I mean, that means that they don't have to play Guinea Force, Chain Reaction, or MTS in their first week of the season.
That just means those big teams will be waiting for them later on.
As I always say, play to delay.
Play to delay. There you go. Delay the inevitable. Why not? So we do have MTS defending first again with BPM the chance to set the time. We'll see what kind of momentum they're riding in here into the second half.
And we do have a spoiler alert real quick from Tixif, the soldier for DRS, that DRS did in fact win against Ranch.
So fourth seeding spot is out of the question here for BPM, is that correct? Right.
That is correct.
Still got a lot to play for, a lot of pride, just to surprise people too, because I think definitely a lot of bets were placed on MTS on this game. We
I
did
definitely
see.
had MTS at a 2-1 win, and I just did not after seeing MTS's hold on first. I saw a 2-0 over there.
Oh, we have Demoman coming in for another bomb right here. But Disappointed does go down. Mela also trying for something, but some really nice defense coming around. Oh wait, Harblue dropped?
I don't know if Harbu dropped, but he is definitely dead.
He's dead.
and
We can get.
That is an issue for MTS.
Oh my goodness, so those bombs either succeeded in forcing that Uber pop, and you're supposed to catch these things. That's why you're here.
Yeah, you have a sentry gun and you have a heavy. It's just you shouldn't be, as a medic, you should never be dying to demos or to heavies.
Man. A sentry gun going down as Akuma got the backstab on light off. Uber coming in uncontested from BPM, and they're doing a nice job carrying on that momentum. Farah's going to come in here and just continue with that pressure. He's actually going
He
to.
is so aggressive. He gets
man.
Marissa there.
He's going to go do a little camping right here outside. He's going to go to the roof and try to finish
Ooh.
off the medic. Fortunately,
He really wanted it.
Sovereign saw it coming and had a sticky waiting for him, but yeah, he definitely wanted Harblue right there. Meanwhile, the cart was capped with a nice little tidy time right there. We do have the NG and the Scout with that ×3, so BPM looking pretty good right here, looking like they're doing everything right. There's a lot of pressure coming up on roof. MTS did have an Uber waiting, and they did pop it in order to defend. Roof right here, gonna probably finish off of this heavy, but no, actually Blam comes in and takes down Sovereign.
Oof. Blam almost with the medic pick there.
Yeah, wow. So
So
nice.
even though they lost their demo with that Uber push, they do at least get some sort of a sentry gun. But their biggest issue is that when you're popping an Uber, you want to kill the opposing medic. You need to kill the opposing medic. Because now they're just able to take the second point. There's nothing to contest them.
There is still a heavy on the roof. That's Pretzel, I'm sorry, who didn't go down. He had a very little health left, decided to just go for it and try to get a medic pick. Was not able to do that. Thrill survives with about 20% Uber charge. Is about 50% Uber disadvantage. Harblue is going to be getting that Uber soon, but I don't know how much they'll be able to do with it, as BPM is just being so aggressive right here.
Yeah, they don't have any sort of Uber advantage. They were 40% down. Harblue did die there.
Backstab
to Akuma. Akuma just
2K.
He's definitely making this game his own. But I mean, they just to them they don't need an Uber or Uber advantage to push. They want to deal damage and they want to get kills because they applied pressure to the opposing combo. Akuma was able to get the medic.
Looks like they're going to get this third cap here in a really fast time. Oh, there is a little pressure on the board, or the cart. Noko trying to come in, delays for a second, but that is 3 minutes and 21 seconds. For third point, really fast time, but like you said before, it all comes down to that third and final or fourth point right here. So we'll see if they can keep up this great pressure. So what we're seeing from BPM.
Yeah, it's something definitely to notice is that in the 3 points that they've capped so far, it took them 3 minutes and 21 seconds. At this time, BPM was still in their spawn on first and not pushing the cart.
So definitely looking up. They're going to have this Uber here. Harbaugh's going to have his at about the same time. That's actually building fast. Got to make sure, yep, both teams are still in that regular Uber. No quick fix surprises yet, but we have seen that crits at once. So we'll keep an eye on those metiguns. But we do have both Ubers ready and rearing to go.
And Lightoff is really using the rescue in here. I was kind of watching MTS's hold there last, and it looked like the sentry gun was taking a lot of fire and was about to be destroyed, and Lightoff just zaps it over to him to keep it safe.
Noko trying to come in and force an Uber pop, but Thrill holding on to it and finally pops it right now onto his Demo Man. We'll see if they can get that sentry gun, some nice air blasting work out of Pyro. Uber is forced for red. Tracker jumping down there.
Yeah, he tried to get some flank and heavy plays there, but he came in a little too late or maybe a little too early. But at least they got the sentry gun from Akuma. Here comes big old Mala again with his black box and gets Harblue.
Oh man. Oh, beautiful play right there. And again, that's going to buy a little bit more time for Blue to organize and get some more pressure onto the cart, which is what they're doing right now. And they're pushing, even though they, in all regards, had lost that Uber push.
They were able to get the medic pick from Mala. They got the sentry gun destroyed by Akuma. They had their medic. Harblue ended up dying. Having heals on the card is definitely much better than having numbers.
Thrill, though, managed to fall back just in time. He will have this 100% Uber. It looks like they're going to drop down from map room immediately. Wasted no time right here, and love the aggression out of BPM. We'll see if they can get the kills. They did have Pharaoh going down their Demo Man immediately, so no Demo Man spam coming out. Trying to protect this medic and Heavy, who are just doing everything they can to try to stay alive. Noko's going to steal some of those heals as she comes in for the cart, but blue team right now really occupying the space, and that is a wipe out.
A wipe for MTS, and BPM could get a solid time. This would be a very good time for them. 5 minutes and 52 seconds. Remember, they were still pushing the cart at the second point at this time.
Wow,
this is definitely a very big upset for BPM, who's coming in with 2 backups, playing Soldier, or not playing Soldier, my apologies, playing Heavy and Pyro. That's 2 very big combo players.
So what, I don't know, okay, so pretend you're with MTS right now. What are you saying to your team to kind of rebuild them after that very fast push and what looked like an almost a guaranteed victory on the first round? How do you rebuild?
If I'm on MTS, I'm definitely going to want to figure out who it is that's giving us a lot of issues. And like if I'm Pretzel and my combo is being threatened quite a bit or being pressured a lot, I've noticed that Akuma's been coming in and getting a lot of medic picks and getting a lot of saps on the sentry gun, especially when BPM needs it. So we need to be more on the lookout for spies. Maybe have Fathom sit more with the medic or sit more with the engineer. Have them somewhere where, you know, it's going to make Akuma not want to be there. And then definitely have somebody in that map room, because that's where Malo was coming in every single time. Malo was able to come in through that map room and get a lot of hits with his black box so that he could stay alive and continue to deal damage.
So we'll see. We're in the second half of the second round. Oh, actually, MTS bringing out their medic immediately. So they definitely don't want to lose any time. They are popping that Uber across the way, going to send some stickies towards the sentry gun, but is being wrangled, so it's going to take a ton of damage and actually just going to go down, but doesn't matter. Dave Eureka effect out of there without the taunt, so he has effectively used that twice successfly.
And MTS does have the heal advantage, definitely because Thrill went down there on the defense, but they don't have the positioning to be able to cap that card.
Now, what do you mean by that? I mean, obviously they don't have the cliff right here, so how more difficult is it to push over the hill than take the cliff?
Well, their positioning just isn't in a good spot to get over across because they have to go through these lanes. I mean, Marissa was down there. But
oh! Fathom with the reflect takes out Melee, who's trying to jump in on Harblu. Nice pick right there. Sorry, continue.
But even though they had the heals with their medic, the numbers on MTS were their Heavy and their Demo and their Soldier, so they were able to have spam over the hill. So even though BPM had their Heavy and their medic alive, they had nothing that could spam them out as well.
So Red was able to get back in time. It looks like Dave Plus does have a sentry gun going on the roof. Thrill went down again, didn't catch that. I think it was actually a bomb in from the Soldier to take him down. Hartley went down as well, though, so BPM definitely has the player advantage right now. Probably will be able to hold this point for a little bit longer. They do have that sentry gun, that level 1 dispenser, and then a teleporter that just brought their precious medic back to them. So looking like an okay hold right here for BPM, and with 4 minutes left, oh man, that 4 minutes is going to fly by for MTS, so they cannot afford too many wasted Uber pushes.
Yeah, I mean, for right now, they really want to say 1 minute per cap, and even then, that's looking really iffy with the fact that Heartblue was not able to get their entire team out to cap second. However, Marissa does get an amazing pick off of Thrill there, and does also take down Bronze.
Yeah, Marissa wrecking face a little bit right now. Definitely needs to be countered a little bit more, but not at this point at least. Sovereign coming in, getting some key picks on that sentry gun and dispenser. Everything going down on the roof. MTS going to be able to take this point, I would think, despite the best efforts of Bronze there, who's still alive.
The only issue that I see here is that the person that they have pushing the cart right now is Pretzel, and now they have their Demo Man. Like, the Demo and the Heavy need to be pushed up. They had no numbers to be able to push that cart. So BPM was actually able to get some people on third. So they might be able to defend this point till about 2 minutes.
Oh, I don't know. Dave is trying to get a sentry gun or something going up. I really think he... Oh god, he's using that Eureka fix still and does get out of there.
Every single time I see him use it, I get scared that he might do the thriller taunt.
Oh man. But he does get out of there. He may be able to build something up. These Ubers are about even, and that cap, or the car will be capped there on third. This is going to be tight finish for sure. And of course everything in MTS's court right now, as BPM already won the first round. So
if
for those
BPM
of you,
wins, this would be definitely a big upset.
Yeah, absolutely. They definitely showed that they had the skills and the guts. We do have the blue Uber popped in map room.
But they can't get out.
The window.
They could not jump over that. And Thrill once again going down
Thrill,
to Marissa.
he dropped
Marissa
Uber.
is just going huge.
Thrill dropped Uber in that exchange, and Dave Plus goes down as well, so no sentry gun. So despite that horrible Uber push from MTS, they could potentially get something out of this. There's less than 2 minutes left. They have to try at least, you think. They do have Squid and the Pirate on the card, but in comes Mela trying to get that defense. Blayam take out Fathom right there, but yeah, it is Leia on the black box and patrolling map room right here. I think BPM may be able to hold this off.
A minute and 30 seconds can actually be a really long time, especially with that card there being at the bottom. The only thing that's really going to contest them is if Thrill dies to somebody, which Marissa or Noko can definitely pull it off. Marissa has been doing it all day.
Yeah, definitely. Noko is up there in points. She hasn't been getting the big key picks like we've seen out of Akuma. We do have the blue Uber popped. MTS trying to get in here, finish off players right now, needing the frags to just carve out Spoice.
Panic gets her.
Yeah, Panic gets a nice rocket in there. Sentry Gun is still alive. Lou looking a little timid to actually drop down and face that Sentry Gun, so Dave Plus is just having a field day. Disappointing, gets 2K sticky. Oh, but Sovereign finishes off that Sentry Gun. BPM is just nowhere to be found with this last minute defense. Blam coming in here. He does successfully fight off the cart, but no, he goes down to Pretzel, and that is going to be MTS victory. So we are 1-1 going to a third round.
That was definitely a great round. It pretty much just came down to BPM having a solid defense, but Marissa just was able to go absolutely huge there. It just came down to not having that sniper in check, and she was able to get a lot of key medic picks there.
Yeah, and you can say as much as you want about the counter sniping, and I do think that Mouse is outmatched in the sniper battle, but there are so many other ways to pressure Marissa and keep her under control, which just wasn't happening for BPM right there. Thrill should not have died that often to Marissa, and I think BPM just got a little sloppy there at the end. In the last half of that second half of the second round. So I guess last quarter? I don't know. What do you think what do you anticipate for this next round?
It's really going to come down to just who has that better hold on last. We've seen both teams trade the first 3 points extremely fast. I mean, even though it took BPM pretty much 5 minutes to finally cap that first point, they were able to roll through first. Once they capped it, they were able to roll through extremely fast and get to last.
Yeah, it's I want to say it's not as dramatic as Barn Blitz, where the hold on last is going to make or break the game, absolutely. But I mean, obviously Badwater's last is important. How would you, I don't know, kind of put those in talk? I don't know how to ask this question, but Barn Blitz last is just absolutely insane.
It is a complete nightmare to push into.
But Badwater last isn't that bad comparatively.
No, it's pretty wide open. I mean, you've got a lot of good pushes to go through. As long as if your team can drop out of map room, and as long as if the sentry gun isn't in wide open, pushing out through the map room is definitely a good way of going onto it. Like if the gun is right underneath the map, definitely that's going to be one of your first pushes. If it's underneath that balcony there near the ramp, you're probably going to be pushing through the ramp or pushing through the tires. And that's pretty much really the only way of pushing on this map, where with Barn Blitz you have really tiny chokes, and by the time you get to where you're going to be pushing, you're already going to be called out. Where this one, you can pretty much just roll on through, and by the time you're out, you're going to be called. So it might be a little too late sometimes for teams to have a good position to get a good pick on a medic or deny them completely.
Well, we are live with the third and final round. Remember, it is tied up 1-1. BPM took the first round after a very exciting conclusion, and as you saw, MTS just took the second round after a nice little roll on to last. It all comes down to this. Remember, BPM is not going to be able to get fourth in the seeding, so there's not too much on the line here, but except pride, and I say pride is worth a lot these days. I don't know.
And respect. If they win here, they will get a lot of respect from
There
the
you
higher
go.
plat teams.
I wager that they might get more respect if they didn't have the word baby in their team name, but I kid, of course. Baby Punching Marathon is such a huge force in this Highlander community. We do see, again, the medic coming out immediately. We've seen this from both. Oh! Snap! Did you see Mouse's headshot on Harblue?
He got both Marissa and Harblue.
I don't even know how he was positioned there, but a huge headshot takes down Harblue. He drops his Uber. Thrill just has to pop his, and probably should, as there's quite a bit of presence there on the cart. Uber still hasn't been popped, and he lost his heavy there and lost Mela as well. Finally, the Uber comes off onto Blam, who does get light off right there, and an okay defense, but I really think that Uber should have been popped earlier. Don't you agree? Or what do you think?
Even though they were able to get a huge medic drop there on Harblue, they kind of let their big players die. They lost their Sentry Gun, they lost their Engineer, they lost their Heavy, they lost their Demo. All they had there was their Pyro. If they had popped Uber a little early and just been okay with, not having that advantage anymore, they probably could have had some sort of defense on first.
Yeah, this a real missed opportunity right there for Baby Punching Marathon that does allow them to get back to Roof. There's player presence on Roof here for BPM, but down goes Dave to a headshot from who else? Marissa. That Sentry Gun is not long for this world, and there pretty much is going to be the end of the rooftop defense, even though Thrill will have this Uber soon, but so will Harblue. And it may not last that long. I don't know, we'll see.
It's going to take a little while for MTS to be able to... Oh, they do pop their Uber a little early, though.
Yeah, coming up from behind right there, popping that Uber, but only the Heavy and Medic left on top for BPM. Thrill is going to abandon his Heavy up there and run away. Probably the right choice, but then he chose to go back, and Panic takes him out with a rocket. Hardly went down as well in that exchange, so both Ubers will be even. Just death and destruction everywhere from BPM. Meanwhile, MTS just keeping consistent pressure on that cart, and we will have that second cap right there, 2 minutes 11 seconds.
Yeah, Bronze was able to kill Harblue after the Uber there, and then it looked like Noko was able to get everything else that was on the roof, and then Mouse was able to kill Noko, who had gotten all the other stuff.
So nice push right there through second, but looks like Dave Plus got away alive in time. Oh,
he does have the Sentry Gun there up in the window.
I just saw him taunt when he tried to do the Eureka effect. So there we go. He has been having that.
That's the Thriller.
Oh my goodness. That's a really risky play right there, but it's so far, I mean, we're tied up 1-1, so you can't say it's been hurting him at all. There's that level 3 and that traditional position. We're going to be seen. Oh, go ahead.
I ranked for a team yesterday, and we had the issue where on first our engineer did the Eureka effect, and instead of going to spawn, he ended up taunting and dying.
I don't know if I could take that chance. Speaking of chances, in comes the blue Uber, but Harblue goes down to backstab after it wore off. Here comes the red Uber, some nice stickies in here, and pressure scatters the blue team. MTS falling back, Sovereign going down. Oh, there is one soldier left. Panic does get thrilled. They've forgotten about Panic, and Panic comes down, finishes off BPM's medic, so going to render those Ubers a little bit more even, but it looks like Harblue, since he went down significantly earlier.
Bronze is on top of Harblue right there, and Bronze, big play by Bronze.
So Bronze, following up on that aggression from his heavier teammates, went forward and picked up on that medic kill. So really nice play right there from the scout on BPM. So we're at that third point again, which I feared that we would have a lot more stalemates and a lot more inaction on this third point, but it actually has been pretty fast moving here. We're all just gonna wait for an Uber to get up and then probably have this push in here, as both these teams seem very aggressive and don't want to wait on anything.
Yeah, even though both teams don't have Uber, and both of the times neither team has had it, they've been putting a lot of aggression on that Sentry Gun as well as the combo. They definitely don't want them to be able to sit back and just enjoy themselves and get pressure on them. Marissa trying her hardest right now to get anything in that engineer. She's been forcing Dave quite a bit to be running that Wrangler.
Yeah, it's caught.
Both spies are now touching each other.
Oh, that sounded. Let's keep it PG.
You gotta keep it. Yeah, I apologize, children.
Marissa does get a pick on Tracker right there, so this could be the chance. Oh, and then Disappointing goes down too, so Marissa with the body shot on the demo. So no heavy or demo for the defensive team. We've got to see this push coming in here from MTS soon, and we do. Here's the Uber pop. Watch between the demo man.
He wants to. I mean, though, I'd almost pop it on the Pyro there to force their team out, but they want to hold it as long as possible, and they're going to do it on Squid, or Bronze, my apologies.
So Bronze coming in there does get the kill on the heavy, and Tracker coming up finally will get. Oh, but he goes down to a headshot right there, and now we have Squid in on Medics, really going down right there, and just utter chaos. And BPM is on the wrong side of that chaos. MTS keeping up their numbers, keeping up their aggression, and we'll see as this push comes around the corner.
I definitely would have liked them to see more of a pyro pop and then flashing on the scout, because it looks like really just all they did was kill the heavy, and then everything else was able to run away because he put all of his focus on Pretzel instead of putting his focus on the combo.
Yeah, it looks like BPM's Ubers have been just a little hesitant this round, and I think that that's cost them at least a minute or so total. And of course, in Payload, those minutes mean everything. Seconds mean everything, as we saw from the first round. For those of you who are just joining us, we are tied up 1-1, BPM versus MTS. It's been a very exciting match so far. BPM wants to make it last a little bit longer with a solid defense on last, but the sentry gun goes down. Noko getting the sap. Mouse takes her out to a headshot, though, and Noko's been having some problems with Mouse, and so that's an interesting little side story there. But in the meantime, Harblue with about a 90% Uber will be seeing this Uber pop shortly as trying to set a good time under, what would you say, 8 minutes is about average for Badwater?
Yeah, it's about 8 minutes to 9 minutes is definitely a decent time to be pushed into. And Marissa, once again, another huge play and gets a medic drop on Thrill.
Wow. That signals MTS to push in with their Uber. Sentry gun down, Dispenser down, Tracker down, Mela down. This is going to be the opportunity of the round right here for Blue to push. We do have Harblue going down to a backstab from Akuma. Thrill is still alive, so he could potentially get this nice Uber advantage. And looks like it's going to last. This defense is going to last for just a little bit. Oh, Panic knew that Thrill was down by the lower spawn and sought him out, took him out right there. But at the same time, BPM manages to stay alive by the skin of their teeth.
And another thing to also comment on was that Akuma, once again, got another medic pick.
Yep. So Akuma on the one side and Marissa on the other side have been making these medics jobs so much harder today.
I definitely would not want to be the heavy for other team right now.
Why is that? Is your medic yelling at you, or what's going on?
I mean, if I'm playing the medic for MTS and it's going to be the spy that's getting all the picks on me, or at least getting all the picks on my medic, I have to sit there and wondering why my medic is always dying to the spy. Is it because I'm not spy checking enough? Is it because my pyro isn't spy checking enough? Are we just being kind of ignorant to where he's going to be coming in? And there comes in and gets the drop on Thrill. And then if I'm the heavy for BPM and I'm wondering why my medic is always dying to the sniper, am I putting my medic in danger? And I'm going to shut up right now because they're going to be pushing it with Uber.
A lot of danger coming this way. Mela is actually going to fly away to the map room, the things he's done like he's done before, to come in and try to get a surprise drop. Meanwhile, the Uber doing nice work clearing out Blam. Mela coming in, spending the card, trying to get a shot right here. Akuma with the backstab, taking down Harblue. So another huge pick by Akuma, and actually dead ringing out of that.
Another big play by Marissa, killing Thrill and stopping the heals for BPM so that MTS can push this card. The medic picks for both teams have all been from pick classes, and it's been always the sniper and the spy.
8 minutes and 50 seconds. It's about average from what we saw the first round, which was about 10 minutes. The second round, which was about 5 minutes. So in between there is about 8:30, 8:45. So, what did was that round like the others? Do you think, or have we seen something new out of MTS?
It definitely wasn't like the first one from BPM where they were able to just roll straight through every single point and get that 5-minute cap time. We saw more of like an in-between of what happened the first round, where BPM just could not get any sort of push on first, and then was able to get through to the first 3 points pretty well. Much better defense on fourth, as we noticed, than the first 3 points. So it's definitely going to be something to see from BPM is, are they going to continue to have that momentum where they have that 5-minute cap, or are they going to be retreating back down to the point where they have that 5-minute offense on first?
5, 4, 3.
Well, time will only tell. So this is the last round of the match. Last round of the regular season for these teams. Looks like BPM is keeping their medic in the spawns, keeping him nice and safe. Thrill doesn't want to go down to another headshot for sure. But obviously, Hardblue has to keep an eye out about that as well, because he went down, dropped that Uber last round to Mouse. Tracker coming in there. I'm sorry, Tracker coming up the side, trying to do some right there. A lot of blue players going down. A lot of suicides happening right here. Just trying to get some space in, and a little low on the action then as we get those respawns and BPM tries again.
Yeah, they're definitely hoping for a medic pop, medic drop, or a sentry gun going down, or even the engineer going down. They just weren't able to get anything, and they're just being relentless here, just constantly putting out that pressure, just suiciding. And they were able to get the dispenser pick. Yeah.
Yeah, and they also got that Uber pop right there. Hardblue pop to save his little skin. And in fact, it will buy an Uber advantage for Thrill if Thrill can get out of spawn safely. Marissa is still alive and definitely seeking that medic pick. But Thrill's still, okay, finally coming out of spawn right now. Now, Sentry Gun is up, but Light Off is not around to get it.
He does spawn, and
does
that
spawn,
rescue
yeah.
ranger, the rescue ranger, the teleporter, they never got the teleporter.
There he goes. Sentry Gun does finally go down right there. The Uber is popped as Hardblue comes in, or disappointed with a nice sticky and then pill to follow up right there, finishing off all the engineering stuff. As BPM tries to get space, they have their numbers, but they're just not quite sure about their positioning right here, and looks like Red is actually going to fall back, and MTS giving them this first point.
With 7 minutes, especially with the first time they had this push, they have a lot of time to work with. We've seen both teams been able to roll through the first 3 points in about 5-6 minutes.
We did have Red pop their Uber. I'm not sure if that was a force or anything right there, but it turned out to be for the better because Sovereign got the kill on the opposing medic Thrill right there. They were able to push forward a little bit, take a little bit of room, and stop the cart. They will get positioning back onto the roof. That is MTS, and we'll see if Light Up decides to rebuild. In fact, he is going to rebuild, so this may be a harder push than BPM thought if they give MTS any more time up here. Really need to put pressure on the roof right now.
What happened there was that MTS had a huge Uber advantage, and all of BPM was kind of out of position, trying to deal a lot of damage, which is definitely not a bad thing, because you want to deal a lot of damage, you want to pressure at all times. The only issue is that I don't think they were aware that they were pushing into a full Uber. So Hardblue, knowing that they don't have Uber, just told his demo man, his heavy, and his power to jump down there and get in the face, and they were able to pretty much wipe BPM.
Go watch the melee cam real quick, because he's coming up to the top of the roof trying to get a medic pick. Hardblue took about 50 damage right there, but stayed alive. It's enough to get that Uber up. Does pop it immediately. Meanwhile, Thrill went down in that exchange. As Sovereign got a couple of really nice stickies right there as well, taking down Tracker. Tracker notes in chat, wow, the plays. So BPM right now just having a really hard time getting around that corner and keeping that medic alive. So we have...
Oh, continue.
I had nothing to say except the roof defense.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the first really solid roof defense we've seen this match.
Yeah, BPM just they haven't been able to have some sort of Uber advantage in this round, and that's definitely something that's really hurting them. So if they really want to push into this point, they're gonna need to get a drop on Hardblue. And they've been depending on Akuma way too much to get that pop and that drop. So they're gonna need Mouse or Squid or Mela to step up a little more outside of Mela on last.
Actually, it looks like Hardblue's gonna push in here with that Uber. Oh, out and takes down Thrill. They knew that Thrill was positioned down there with his heavy. Looks like Tracker overextended just a little bit and gave away the positioning. Thrill goes down with about 80% Uber charge right there. Hardblue escapes alive. And this is, yeah, like you said, they're depending too much on the pick, and as long as Hardblue stayed alive, they could pressure the enemy combo in any way they saw fit, and that's the way they saw fit right there.
Yeah, so far in these first 2 points, it's been Hardblue having a huge uber advantage, him knowing it, then Thrill and BPM not able to capitalize on anything, and they're being out of position just due to the fact that MTS is being so aggressive with their uber advantage.
Thrill go down again. No header from Marissa right there. All right, what do you think? Is it crits time? Is it quick fix time? Do you get desperate? There's less than 4 minutes left to get all the points.
I don't see a quick fix doing what you would want it to do. It's not going to change anything. A well-placed crit sticky from anywhere can definitely be a big play, but that's almost like saying to your team and to the opposing team that you've given up all hope on all other option. And once again, MTS is being very aggressive with their uber advantage. Like, they're down on the cart, they wanted to push in, but decided not to there at the last second.
Yeah, Hardblue just hanging on to that 100%. Yeah, like you said, the crits, one crit sticky could devastate this roof defense, but then where does that leave you then? You still have 2 more points to take, and with the crits, it's going to be significantly harder.
Yeah, because the opposing team will be aware of it, they'll be ready for it, they won't be as aggressive as what they've been now. I don't see the crits being any more effective than what their uber is right now.
Well, Thrill's about 75%, so if he can get this uber up, we may see the last chance for BPM to win this round and win this match. It's about 90% right now.
They finally have their uber advantage. Now let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Panic coming in, trying to take out Thrill right there, a force of pop. Doesn't succeed, and Roof has gone down.
And
nice work.
They were able to do it without the medic and without the heavy. So it's definitely a big place there. I didn't see who it was. If it was Akuma, if it was Pharaoh, I don't know who it was. Somebody in the chat can definitely tell us if they saw anybody who had done it.
I think combined effort right there, definitely Pharaoh's in it. So now we do have this uber advantage still going as Hardblue is down right there. BPM needs ×3 in the cart all the way right now and need to push forward with this uber. That's what they're trying to get going on right here. Thrill needs to push his uber. He can't afford to lose his heavy right there and does get the uber pop off. Looks like Lightoff was trying to build it level 1 sentry gun, but really not a good position for a build right here. It really needs to set up a last as there's less than 2 minutes left. BPM will probably be able to cap this third, and it all comes down to this last point again.
Yeah, the only issue though now is that they've once again given Hardblue that uber advantage. He's got a 20% advantage. They've been able to use that very effectively this round. So really the only way that BPM is going to take this is if they get a medic pick.
It's coming down to the final seconds right here. A minute and 20 seconds left. Hardblue is about 90% uber. Thrill is about 70% uber. The cart is stopped right now as there's a ton of spam coming out from both the demo man and the soldier from MTS. It's going to be very, very difficult for BPM to execute this, but absolutely possible. We saw it the first round, and they definitely have it in them. They just need to believe.
Hashtag believe,
yeah.
Hashtag believe. There's the pop by MTS.
And there's the pop by BPM.
They
lost their demo. But they lost their demo in that, and Mela went down as well. They're not going to be able to get good positioning with this. They're going to be able to push the cart a little bit, but Tracker goes down to Squid, who put a lot of pressure on him. Red still has a lot of good players up right here, and even though the cart is being pushed, there's only 30 seconds left, and BPM doesn't have the numbers right now to continue with this push. They're getting respawns, so we'll see if they can finish off MTS. There's a level 2 sentry gun right here, so it's definitely still possible for BPM to do something right here.
Yeah, they get that level 3 just in time.
I think the key right here is definitely take down Hardblue. Thrill went down right here, so BPM not looking good right here as the final few seconds, and that is being called GG. Absolutely fantastic game out of MTS and Baby Punching Marathon, but the victory does go to MTS, so congratulations, guys.
Yeah, we definitely saw that 2-1 score there. BPM almost looked like they were going to take 2-0, and it's really almost surprised all of us to be speechless, but MTS, they collected themselves, they understood what was killing them. Akuma still went really big on them, but they were able to protect Hardblue much better against Mala and Bronze as well, where pretty much VPM they weren't able to shut down Marissa at all whatsoever. She had a lot of key medic and engineer picks.
Yeah, some great work right there out of those pick classes like we saw. Don't forget though, Mela did some amazing work we really saw on offense on that first round, just coming out of nowhere and putting great pressure on. Also got to give a shout out to my NGs. I think Lightoff used the Rescue Ranger to great effect. And Dave, I got to give props to his the size of his balls for still using the Eureka effect when it could be a taunt.
Yeah, definitely. It only hurt him once, and even then, it actually there was no downside to it. He didn't die. Nothing took damage. I think he just wanted to go to spawn to get some metal, and so thankfully that 60% chance of going to spawn was not an issue for him.
All right, well, I think that's going to finish up for us right now. Don't forget, next week starts the playoffs.
Definitely be interesting to see who's going to be matched up against each other.
Process is the map, so that could be fun. eXtine should be back. We may have some more expert analysis from former Platinum players like Brick with us, but we'll see and keep you posted on that. Definitely stay tuned to teamfortress.tv and reddit.com/r/tf2 for updates on XTV casts. If you want to see VODs from today's game, go to XTV's YouTube, which I posted there in chat. That is youtube.com/comft. And for other awesome coverage of TF2 games, I think that pretty much wraps it up right now. Brick, any final thoughts?
All I can really say is some shout-outs. Definitely some shout-out to my best buddies in the entire world, Fishy Kitty and the Melon Lord, and especially as well to the Cuties, the team in gold. They're all my friends. I like to hang out with them, and definitely hope they did well today and had a fun game.
All right.
Oh, and thanks, Cold, for being here, being our cameraman. You did an amazing job, I bet. Some people wanted to see more Marissa and more Akuma, but you know what? Screw them. They don't know what they know. I'm just kidding. I love you, people. As always, stay classy, UGC.
Yeah, absolutely. So much thanks to Cold, who jumped in at the last second for this cast with amazing camera work and amazing graphics and all that stuff. Thank you, dude, for tuning in. We almost had 300 viewers tonight, so cannot wait for playoff coverage. Cannot wait for that viewership to hit astronomical heights. So definitely tell your friends to tune in next Monday night, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, for more XTV coverage of UGC Platinum Highlander. Once again, I'm Kip here with Brick. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm not eXtine, but I will see you next time.
Neither am I.
Yeah.